Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the cheapest Gerber MP600 of all time. And this is going to be the Chinese Gerber. Now, you may have seen this on Amazon or on eBay, and I think this question or this issue needs addressed because I think a lot of people, or some people rather, are curious, how good is it? How bad is it? And we're going to check that out today. So let's go ahead, and the closest I have, now this is going to be the actual real Gerber sight tool, which it is in the black oxide. This is going to be the painted, as far as I can tell, I think it's just painted Gerber. This is going to be the EOD copy. It's not a Gerber, even though it says it is, but it's going to be a copy of the EOD. So I don't actually have those, but this is the military sight tool, so they're going to be pretty close. So let's go ahead and look on the side, and you can see that from the side, I mean, almost everything looks identical. Now, here, the unlock tab is a little different on this one. So this is the fake one at the bottom. So on the other side, again, it's going to be a little bit different than the fake I put on top in this one. So now when we look at the bottom of the tool, you can tell there are some differences in there as well. Here we have this big spacer, and it doesn't look precisely machined, where the Gerber does look a little bit better in the design. So let's go ahead and look at the pliers. Now, Gerber, the funny thing about this cheap Chinese multi-tool is that it does remind me of Gerber's because they are a little bit loose at times, especially some of the suspensions. And so this is about average for a Gerber. It meets pretty well, but not, perfectly. And then we have the cutters. So let's go ahead and just see if it actually can cut any wire at all. So this is going to just be some, I forget what gauge this wire is, but it's pretty thin. And so yeah, it cuts that wire pretty good. No issue with that. Now, as if we would bring over all this wire, let's see how good this fake can cut this wire. So again, not that great. So it definitely doesn't cut that wire good. Let's go ahead, and again, that was stranded wire. A lot of multi-tools mess up on that. So as long as it's not stranded, it does a pretty good job. And I think you can see it's already taken some of that black paint off, or it's starting to scratch it. So I think that's just a black coating, possibly just a black paint. Now this multi-tool is around $13. So that's the, I don't know what you would call the danger for Gerber, the plus and minus. I mean, it is a copy and it's only $13. That's just amazing. So I did want to mention a couple things on the outside here. We notice on this side we've got the metric, and most of that looks pretty good. So on a Gerber, for instance, that's how the actual Gerber is. And then on the other side, we have the inches. And then you can see on the fake one, they actually did not machine beyond the 2-inch part all the way. So that is going to be a little bit different. Gerber has a little bit better quality control than this cheap $13 tool. All right, so we've got the C4 spike, I believe it is, and that does lock in place. And I have to say, I'm really pushing on that, and that lock is still holding solid. So I was under the impression that this was an awful tool, like nothing worked. And actually, I found that it's better than I thought. So let's see. So this right here locks in place. And then now when you bring out another tool, it sort of unlocks it, which I think actually Gerber does the same thing. And so then we've got the bit driver. Now, the interesting thing would be to see if the bit driver actually works. And I don't have my attachment right here. Let's see if I can find an attachment. Here's an attachment. And yeah, the bit driver attachment fits solid. So this design is really, really close to the Gerber. Unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever, however you feel. Now, I would imagine the metal is a lot worse quality, probably very, very cheap and soft. And then we have the knife. And again, the lock is holding solid in this model. Now there is some wobble there. So let's see with the original Gerber. So there's some wobble in there as well, though not as much. So this Gerber does have a little bit more wobble. Well, quite a bit more. So keep that in mind, but it does stay locked in place. And I did use this knife. It's not extremely sharp, but it was definitely sharp enough to open a package. So I was able to use the knife. Then we've got the file. This is going to be a two-sided file as well. Probably not that good, but it does come with a file. And then it comes with a couple more, the can opener, the screwdriver, and the bottle opener as well. So those are the tools that come with this. So again, it is hard to know what to say about these tools because, I mean, this is just blatantly labeling a product something it is not. So that's definitely wrong. This is not a Gerber. This is not a Gerber pouch. But on the other hand, Gerber makes a bunch of their products in China. So who knows, some of the same pieces of equipment that make some of the original Gerbers may be used to make this tool. I'm not sure. So it's hard to know what to say. Who knows if some of the factories, again, that made Gerber are pumping this out as well for a third of the cost or a fifth or a tenth of the cost. But this is $13. Now the same tool will run, I think, $100 or more brand new. Maybe 100, 150, somewhere around there, brand new. So again, $13 versus 100. This is definitely an inferior tool. You can tell from right here and right here, it's not the correct tool. And then a dead giveaway is that this will come with the file instead of the original version has a replaceable saw with the replaceable universal saw blades. So that's a dead giveaway. And then, I mean, if you look at this again is painted on, where the original, the Gerber, it's actually etched in. You can feel some of these etchings, but on this one, it's just painted on essentially. So, and then Gerber, anyway, it just doesn't look right. So you should be able to tell, but it does function about exactly like the Gerber. And as of right now, it actually works a lot better than I thought it would. Well, let me know your thoughts, what you think about this. Obviously a very bad business practice, not really right to do that. But do you think it's good value? Would you still pay $100 or so for the original Gerber, or would you buy this? Let me know in the comments below.